So just getting the bike ready at the moment, going away on the weekend. So well, Sunday, Monday, and pretty organised with rack system. I talked about I was going to put one on, and we've you end up getting one off eBay, which I'll put a link to it. I'll show you some pictures of it. Yeah, got this one off eBay. Try and get this lighting a bit better. Yeah, so pretty simple rack system. Simply with lots of room, but not simple to put on. It's I can show you the exact one I got, but don't think it's just going to bolt straight on. Yeah, the rear rack straight on. That was no drama. Got a nice little handle on it to move it around if you have to. I'll put a link in for that one too. That was fine. They just bolt in there. But the rack, which, you know, in theory bolts straight on, was an absolute nightmare. So there was an arm that came off here that was meant to attach here somewhere that had no chance of fitting, so I just cut that off, sprayed over it, cut off the grinder and sprayed over it, so she's not hanging on by that. It was just pointless. But the rear rack, it's got a sort of a bracket underneath. The support sort of bracket runs across the back, so it has a fair bit of strength. Fair bit of strength there, like a rigidity. Like you could pull the bike around with that, no worries. And then I've got a little Rhino bag. I think it's called a Rhino Walk. It's pretty well got nothing in it at the moment. Just a raincoat and things, but yeah, waterproof. Try and do this one hand. Waterproof sort of one hand's a bit of a hassle. Yeah. Just folds up, clips over. I think that's about 30 litres. And these two Wolfman side bags that I got off a mate Pete. Thanks Pete, they're awesome. They're 20 litres each. This one's empty. And this one I'm just going to have for tools. This one's actually got a sort of a hard container cut and put in there. So this one's going to be tools. Yeah, just bike pump. Probably can't see in there. There's bike pump, tubes, hand pump, and below that some tools. Not a great deal of tools because there's not a great deal you can do besides get the wheels off, which I've got the right spanner and 3 tyre levers, nice spoon ones. That should be right with the back. But the front requires, could be wrong, I think it's 12mm. I've ended up ordering the basically just the piece that goes in, and I'll just put a shifter on the back of it and turn it around. So that'll at least get the front off. And I think that might be 8 or 10mm, those little fellas, probably 8mm. So yeah, I've got the right ring spanners for that, and I've ordered the part for this. Hopefully it turns up before I go away. Otherwise, I can't change my front tyre. But yeah, it's pretty well stock at the moment. Just like everything, just put a few things on. I've got this thing's just full of zip ties. You never know when they come in handy. I've mounted my little GPS, little TomTom, which has been good. Had this thing for a few years. So anyway, yeah, no, it's a good thing. Just punch in where you want to go and off you go. So yeah, it's all good. That's pretty well it. Just got to load her up and take off. Yeah, so the plan for this Sunday will be I'm going to head out to Glen Innes. So I'm going to go from Southwest Rocks to Glen Innes, which if you take what's recommended on Google, probably about 400 k's. But I'll be going via pretty well every back road I know. And that will, I think it knocks the distance down to 298 k's. So I think there's only about 40 or 50 k's of tar in that entire run. So I'll put some maps up as I'm talking, but there's it's a very fun way to get right up top of the divide. And the next day, I'll end up staying at a mate's house because I think it's going to be -1, and I'm not camping in -1, so I'll stay at a mate's. Next day, on the Monday, I'll come back down via the Guida for a little tiny bit, and then head down Old Grafton Way through the tunnel, and then cut across from Nimboida to pretty well Nana Glen by quite a few different roads. I might put a map in for that too. So really fun loop, about 600k, 700k's, and the first good run for the little rally. I think it's ready to go. It looks ready to go. It's just a matter of fueling it up and yeah, and then going. Just turn that key and go. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to getting away, and looking forward to seeing how it goes on these big open farm roads and a longer trip. All right, well, stay tuned for that one. That should be I'll get that out next week sometime. Yeah, if you're new here and want to see a pretty well stocked rally, do a lot of kilometers and a lot of different types of terrain, a lot of camping coming up when it warms up a fraction, and yeah, just hit the subscribe button and we'll just follow the journey, see where it takes us. All right guys, I'm going to get organised, and I'll talk to you soon.